Hey everybody, I am in New Orleans with my good buddy, the Economic Ninja.
Hey everybody.
And we're in front of the Cajun Queen little boat. It's not a very pretty morning, kind of foggy, but hey, we're here anyway. And I've got a really good, well, this is good. It's not good, it's scary. And I want to run it some things by you.
Yeah.
This is a comment, actually an email that I got at ninjanationreport@gmail.com. If you have anything to report, this isn't really the stuff we report there, but I thought it was necessary to talk about this email because there's a lot of people that are just waking up to what's going on. And when people talk about prepping and preppers, it makes them feel kind of strange and weird, like they need a tinfoil hat. Well, just so you know, I'm just like you guys, exactly. Do you feel like you should be a prepper, that title?
You mean prepared and successful? Yeah. I don't care about
if
the
that's
title.
what it means, yeah.
Yeah, no, because it's been demonized. That term's been demonized by the media because the media wants to be in charge of your life, tell you what to do, show you how to live, and they want you to live as a serf and under poverty. I want people to live under abundance and an experience.
Okay, so yeah, being prepared. What's the downside? If you have food, you're going to beat the stock market. That's the truth ever since I've been talking about it. Food's been going up. I've been warning everybody I can find, and a lot of people are waking up. It's more and more all the time. It's starting to be exponential, actually.
Yes.
The people that are waking up is amazing.
Yeah.
The people that are moving into precious metals is amazing, but that's not what this video is about. This is email sent to me and Stacy, and she had watched our Federal Reserve announce his social credit score video. And she said she's not real sure about it, and I wasn't either the first time I heard about it. And I'm still, we're just figuring it out. Nobody has all the answers.
Yeah.
She said her youngest son knew about it. She has a Vanguard fund. I have 95% in an aggressive fund, prime cap fund. I'm concerned that I should move it. If so, where to move it? Okay, I'm not a financial advisor. People ask me these questions all the time. I cannot tell you because what'll happen is I'll tell you wrong, or my timing most likely will be wrong, and I will look wrong, and I just can't do that. And what do you have to do to be a financial advisor?
You got to take a couple courses. It's what, it's like a year and a half, 2 years, something like that. And the thing that people don't realize is financial advisors sell you prepackaged products of whatever company you work for. Very few financial advisors they're independent, financial advisors. They sell you goods. So they're essentially, educated salesmen, right? And so the facts are, one of the things that you don't need to be a financial advisor is a high credit score. I know that there's certain stipulations about bankruptcies and things like that, but you don't need to prove that you're wealthy, that you're independently wealthy. You don't have to prove those kind of things. So my point is that I always ask people this: do you believe the stock market's topping out? Do you believe it's going lower? Yes. I'm like, then just do something about it. Most people just want someone else to tell them what to do because they lack the desire to go learn themselves how to do it. But the facts are, no one's going to care about your money more than you do.
So true. Nobody's going to tell you what to do. I've learned that. I really wanted that too, because there was a time when I started getting into investing and looking at this stuff and learning about it, I wanted somebody to tell me.
Yeah.
I wanted somebody to just say, hey, just do this. That's all you have to do. But it's not like that. You really have to get your own convictions. You have to come up with those. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. She's 54 years old. She owes maybe $89,000 on her house. She's been thinking about selling it. Okay, there's a couple ways to look at that. Is it where you want to be? And you got to live somewhere.
Yep.
You've got to live somewhere. And if it's a good area that you think is going to fare well, I might stay. But if it's an area, like I have some rent houses, or I had some, I should be closing on them today. They're in a good area, but the area is kind of deteriorating, and I think it's just a good time to get out of the market. But if you have somewhere else you can go that's a cheaper, I don't know if you need a 2,000 square foot house if you're a single mom. You know, I know you like probably for your kids to come visit and stay with you. I don't know your situation. What do you?
So my thing is why would you want to sell your house? Are you selling it because is that the only house you have and you think that you could sell at the top and buy lower? Well, that's speculation, right? We all know that the housing market's topping and it's coming down. The problem is, are you going to be able to time it right? The other thing that people don't realize, the reason why houses are going to go down in value is because nobody has money for houses. So buyers fall off a cliff. Well, the reason why they fall off a cliff is because they're making less per month, and they are afraid to go and jump right in. And a lot of people think they're going to be able to time the market, but they usually don't because of a lack of experience. So my thing is, like you said, you got to live somewhere. A lot of people, especially like in this scenario, you owe less than $90,000. Why wouldn't you pay your house off and free up that cash flow? Like literally, that money is now going into your pocket. Instead of going to a bank, those payments are going in your own pocket. Look at that rate of return. Is that higher per month or per year than what the stock market would make?
Okay, so now she used to have $100,000 in her 401k, but
yeah,
I guess you can't touch that without some crazy penalties.
Run out
of room.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back.
We're going back.
Going back. This is a dead end.
I think the place we're going to is closed too. All I see is signs right now: 50% off, 40% off, and then lack of inventory. I feel like I should put on an afflicted shirt, shave my head, run into Costco with sunglasses. I'm just telling you, there's we're going by these stores, we'll probably pick it up. There's nothing for sale.
All right, so she's got $100,000 in a 401k. Her house is almost, $89,000 owed on the house. But here's the problem, and I know this video is a little bit longer. I'm
gonna look in here real quick.
To walk and talk.
Yeah, they're closed.
She only makes $20 an hour. That's where the story really gets. That's a real hang-up for me. That's not enough money to afford and to owe on a house. She's working 80 hours a week. That's unsustainable, and she said they're going to cut her overtime. This is the kind of stuff that scares me for other people that aren't as well off as others. And I'm not saying you're not. You're actually doing really good. You've got a house. You only owe 89. You've got some money in your 401k. I cannot tell you what to do with it. I can't. You're just going to have to come up with your own convictions on what to do with your money.
Not only that,
I've got some solutions for you.
Well, you gotta be happy with your own decisions. That's the problem. See, because people are trying to squeeze, a dollar out of a dime, and that's what they're doing. Like, hey, I think the housing market's hot, I'm gonna sell my house. It's like, well, where are you gonna go? Most people don't even know the answer to that. If you don't know the answer to that question, like, I'm gonna leave to another town because of a job, or I'm gonna do this or that, it's like, stay where you are, pay the house off.
Well,
and just ride this out.
That's
because
why
you don't
people
need
move
a lot.
is for jobs.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't need, during a crash, you don't need a lot. People are really confused with that. All you need is a good credit score and a little bit of money, and a clear mind to be able to go crush it. But a lot of people are trying to squeeze a dollar out of a dime, and what it's going to do, it's going to cause stress. You know what I mean? Because that's the problem. It's like, if you're in a position where you may get your overtime cut, like she's saying, right? Mm-hmm. Well, then why wouldn't you, if you've got money in the stock market, why wouldn't you sell some of your stocks at hopefully at a profit, all right, and pay off your house? Now you get cut in overtime. Well, it's okay. I don't have a house payment anymore.
She's not going to have enough money after she pays. So she said she had $100,000 in the bank, and she doesn't know what it is now because she hadn't looked in a while. So it might. There's a lot of people that have lost 30, 40% in the stock market. She said it was in a risky fund, like 95% in something aggressive. So it might be half.
Yeah,
it might be 60%, and then they're gonna penalize her on that. So she might only have like 30 to put down on 89, and then she doesn't have stocks, and she still's got a house note.
Yeah, sad thing is during COVID, a lot of people didn't realize that you weren't penalized for pulling stuff out early, and that's really a shame that a lot of people missed out on hitting the tops of the market when they didn't get penalized. Yeah, and that the program I believe is over now. So
yeah, so and that's also another option. To just hang out in your house and just wait for the Fed to pivot, because they're going to start doing some different programs like that. They're going to try to stimulate when we get down to the bottom of this thing. Or they will. I really think they're going to blow the socks off the economy. We're going to have the final melt up where stocks go to the moon. And it's just, but we just don't know. We don't have that timing is the problem.
Yeah.
That's the, and
Yeah.
So I guess in short, side hustle, try to make more money now, try to figure out a way, just get creative as you can. I know you have a side hustles course.
Yeah.
I've heard it was great. I haven't been through it yet, but try to think of other ways to make money, because multiple streams of income has saved my butt so many times.
Yes.
I'm a welder, a contract welder. That's how I got to where I'm standing right now, by doing that. And my other businesses have really provided for me when things got slow, because in the oil field, you know how it is. It's up and down and it's crazy. Those other streams of income saved me.
Yeah, during one of my business partners asked me once why we're doing 3 different things. We were selling tractors and their attachments. We were selling palm trees. We had a little palm tree business, and we were selling park model trailers. And I said, because there's never a buyer every day for one item, but there's a buyer every day for multiple items. And so that worked out really well, because every day we didn't sell a trailer, there might have been someone that bought a few palm trees, and eventually the trailers just took over. We got so successful, we pivoted to there's those. But every once in a while we'd see a deal on a tractor, going to pick up a trailer, and hey, we'll be back next day, we'll pick that up too, and still have it for sale. Just because that diversification of your side hustles and things like that, revenue streams, like you said. And I think that's very, very important. People need to realize that. They put all their eggs in one basket, and then all of a sudden the basket takes away. And you're like, oh crap, all my eggs were there.
Okay, so you could sell a portion, and I'm not telling you to, I'm talking very theoretically to nobody standing here.
Yeah, there's nobody over there.
You could sell a portion of your stock and have a little nest egg for your well-being and protection, and possibly investment opportunities in the future, whether you need a little money to buy something and then flip it.
Yeah. Well, there's also a lot of programs out there for your retirement accounts that you can actually borrow against yourself, and then you have to pay yourself at a very low interest rate. I think that's usually conforming with like a low bond yield. And then you can pay yourself, and it's tax-free money. So a lot of people don't understand how to do that, but you can go to your retirement company and actually see, can I borrow against my funds for myself, and I'm paying myself back. Yeah, and there's a lot of those loans that are actually amortized over 15 years. It has to do with real estate. And I know a lot of people that have went out and said, I'm buying real estate, and that real estate is an RV that never existed. That's not financial advice, but that's how a lot of people do it, and they free up that money, and they're paying it over 15 years. And I've seen people take 50 grand out, and I think their payments were like, oh my gosh, I want to say it was like $60 or $80 a month, something like that, because of a 15-year loan. It was some stupid low amount.
But it's going to be a little different now with interest rates climbing.
That's true, because back then it was like 1%. Well, it's still off the bond market, so it's still pretty low. So.
All right, well, look, I know this is kind of a strange video, kind of bouncing around the questions, but this is a real problem that people are going to have more and more as we get into this really uncharted waters. We've never been here before. I think nobody's seen the amount of assets that are just going to crash. The money that is going to be ripped from the economy is going to be staggering. It's really going to set people back, and they're going to be freaking out. So, in short, what I would do if I was in somewhat of that predicament, I would make sure I had food. I would make sure I had at least 10% of my wealth in precious metals, not to get rich on, just to hedge what you do have. Because if you do have $100,000 in the bank right now, you will lose $18,000 of it just to inflation in 1 year, period. Understand that nothing changes there. Our interest rate is at 18% if you calculate it the way we should calculate it, with food prices and energy costs, not to omit anything. It's different now. That's the facts. If anybody in the comment wants to argue with me about this, I would be more than happy to do that. Would you go against anybody with that?
You know what, there's fools out there like crazy that have no concept of what's going on, but they're the same people that were there when I bought Bitcoin at 500, bought real estate in 2000, and the reason why is because they're always the people that listen to you are not the norm, which is great. They're the successful people, and if they don't feel successful today, we'll get ready, because if they're ready now, they're gonna be very successful by just not losing. Yeah, that's what people. If you're just like not like right now, everything's going down.
Problem.
Everything's going down in price because of inflation. Everything, including Bitcoin, gold, silver. Over the long term, you're starting to see, stocks, all these things going down. It's what's not going down the least. That's what's crazy. People can't comprehend that right now. You're trying to hold on to your wealth as inflation gets worse and worse. So there's gonna be a lot of winners from your channel.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
And guys, have an awesome, awesome day. Don't let this thing freak you out. Don't get scared. Get prepared.
Yeah.
You know, just be ready as much as you can. And this changes for everybody. I'm going to start bringing some companies up more and more that are penny stocks. I mean, they're small, tiny, and I'm thinking you could scratch around in the sofa and find some change to invest in them. I'm not telling you to invest in a bunch of crazy, wild-eyed penny stocks, but I am going to be bringing up to you opportunities that could be life-changing, like crypto was life-changing for a lot of people. It's going to be in the gold and silver mining sector, because I know from firsthand experience, watching my wife sell precious metals from Miles Franklin, that people are ripping it off the COMEX right now. We've never seen this amount of precious metals leave the market. Am I right?
No, yeah, I laugh because this is awesome.
It's nutty because the miners, when we, you know, it's funny, when demand goes up, they cut supply, right?
Yep.
That's how they manipulate markets. But fact is, there's people that are waiting 45 days to get their silver. That's not normal. And as the currency collapses, people are going to run to precious metals. And that's when these little penny miners, nothing, they're like 10 cents, some of them, are going to go to $1. And I want to be the one to bring it to you. So I'm getting really excited talking about that. I know that's way off from the question. We kind of went all over the place, but that's kind of the way I think through things. I hope you pick something up into it. And if you did, leave it in the comments what you think that person should do if they were in that situation. $20 an hour, 100 grand in the stock market, probably worth about half now, and 2,000 square foot house. What should I do? That's the question. Have an awesome day. Thanks for coming on, man.
See you guys.
Bye.